everybody, Colin here from Colin's Engage. Well, I have done something to the tunnel mouth. We've gone from some card to nearly a full front, the actual entrance. Now, we have shown how the machine's done it, but after the machines have cut the little holes out in the paper to do the wraparound, it then goes to the finished product up to now. But basically it's just glue, rocket card glue, and pressing, waiting for it to dry, then rolling it round to make the square. So I didn't show that bit, but if you're wanting to see it, please let me know and I'll do one, because I do have another tall turret to make for the higher level. But very pleased with it up to now, and it just shows you what this machine can do, and it's all down to the imagination and the skill of making the machine do it. It's like any machines, it's only as good as the user. So I do hope you enjoy this. Okay, so my turrets. The distance for the space in between is 125mm. That will go across the tracks on the lower part. Now, what I'm wanting to do is to put that turret top across there, right across, and sticking out a bit like that does across. So to the machine, what we have done is the bottom one shows a big oblong which is 125 by 15mm. Those long ones are 10 by 5 and they overhang, and you have to overhang them so you can weld it together to get that picture. And what you do is you make some 5x5s to go in there to set it up. So once you've done that, deleted the little bits, you weld that together and you end up with that to cut your card, your paper or whatever. In this case it's 1mm. Right, we're going to cut those things out. I've made some extras, 5 of each, and some backing bits of board. So I just press the start and it'll take all this white in till it gets to the card. It's just reading it. And that. It's doing the turret top, you can tell by the noise. And that's one pair done. And you can just see it come in there. Another pair. Another pair. So it's last pair now, and it may decide that it needs to cut them again to get all the way through. machine knows. So now it's cutting for the second time, and it'll do it exactly the same place, but it'll be all the way through. If it's thinner, it just does it in one, but because this is 1 mil, it cuts roughly, I think it's about 3/4 of a mil, and then the last quarter it just has to do it again. But it does a very good job. And that's it. That's it all cut out, and then you just go to that and press the OK to finish. And then if you just lift this off, it leaves what you wanted, and that's them cut. And how precise they are, that bird edge goes on the inside, so if we just turn it over you'll see how much cleaner it is. So that's one of them, there's the rest down there, but that's just roughly, I don't know what the height's going to be, but that's how it's going to look at the very top. But there's the bit in the middle and the bottom to do, the arch. So we'll show you us cutting the arch out next. Right, we're going to cut the arch out now, which is here. That's where the engines will go underneath. So it's all set up to press start, and just going to work it out. It takes it in, ready, and we're only doing one, so it'll soon, once it starts, and that's it, and then it'll work it out to cut it again, because we know from the last ones it cuts it twice. So it's just having a little think. Sometimes it has a little wobbly and goes round again. Oh. So now if I just lift this corner up, that should stay, and that is what we want. Right, so that's the curved bit. I don't know what the height is or anything, I've just shoved it in just to show you, and you saw how quick it cut it. I know, exact. It's quite amazing. So there's that process done. Right, we're going to cut some of the paper, what we've made, to that shape you just seen done. It's all set up to press start. Go through its thinking stage, saying what do we want. Right, and so just as a matter of interest, this white is sticky, but it's not necessarily sticky enough to hold everything exact, so sometimes you have to put a bit of tape round, and that's why that's gone white. But as you can see, there's roughly the cutout. So if I pull that off, there you have that, and that will be exactly the same as that card. And that's it laid on top of the card, and you can just see how exact it is. And the card is there, look, the card is there, but it's just so precise when you put it on in the right place, that is. So that's them cut. Now I've got to make some header stones to stick over the top, because they will be proud in normal stonework. So that's got to be worked out to go around that bottom, and then roughly that bit goes on there with a piece of card that thickness, what goes on underneath to give it the depth of what that's got, the same as that. Right, and so the next process is we're going to make this bit here, some stone to form the arch to make the strength. That's the keystone in the middle. Now this was just a sample to see if it was the right size, basically. Now we're going to cut the do flex out, which is on here, which you can't see. You can maybe just see it there where it changes colour, and we're going to cut that out, and the border is so it forms to hold it all together. So we'll just press start. It's a normal thing of thinking. That's the individual stone pieces. It's cutting at the moment. You can just maybe see some marks appearing. And that's the box to hold it together. Now it's just going to cut it again, because it's quite, it's not very thick, but it's quite hard. And this is naturally real time, it's not speeded up for you to see. This is how quick it can do these kind of jobs. So I don't know if you can just see the outline of it all there. So if I get the corner, I've taken the tape off from around the edge, and if I peel this off, that's the square it's cut out, and this is the bit we want. And as you can see, there's still a couple of windows still in, but they just pop out. So, like that one, it's come out now. So that now is a copy of that, but in big stones, as you can see. So now what we're going to do is colour some paper and see what it looks like. And along the top edge it will have a mortar line as well as those thin ones, but not at the bottom. And that's the Dupex on with the ink on the back for the mortar. So now it's going into the press. See through, but you see all the scratches on there. We put them so it marks the actual card as well. So we'll just take this bit off and then take that off, and that's it pressed out, and I think that looks superb. And then we just clean the back of that because there might be still a bit of ink on, ready for the next go. And now we can make as many of them as we want. Now we've got to cut that out to make that shape with a bit of the mortar around the top edge. Okay, so we're going to cut that what we've just pressed out to that shape, because that shape fits on there, and we know that's right. So on the screen we've scanned this first, that's why you can see tape down here. And if you scan it, then you move your box what has the outline of that. And if you look very closely, if I can focus it, you can see a black line. And that is the outline of what it'll cut. The red box is just what you move about. So now it is ready to start, and this is going to be very quick. Sometimes it has to cut it twice, and it's going to start now. And that's it. That's how quick it is. So we'll just take this bit out and show you. Excuse me if I don't get everything in, because one hand on the camera and one hand holding this. See, that's the shape. That is that, and that's what it's left, and that's the bit we want to stick on the bottom of the arch, if I can get it off here. And that will get stuck on, as I say, the bottom of the arch of the header stones. So that's brilliant. So this was the first attempt. I was pleased, but then I noticed the mortar was on the bottom edge and not on the top. The second attempt, doing it a different way by cutting the shape out like that, then pressing it, was okay, except for the centre line wasn't right on the keystone. Didn't have any mortar down this edge. But the third attempt does. So just the edges of the paper now, want some colour on it, and that's that bit done. Just wants sticking together now. Right, we're going to try and make a wraparound for this. Hopefully with the windows out like that. Now that's a sample to get the measurements right, and it works. So to the machine, there's some stonework. That's showing 2, and we're going to have a go cutting it out. So I'll have its little thing. The windows out now. Hopefully it'll be okay. That's one. It's looking good. I think it's looking okay. Right, so that's it cut out. The edges of those have all been painted and it's been cut to go in the right place at the top. So I'm going to stick it on now. Okay then, so the big reveal. This is what the trains are going to see if they're going in this direction towards this. So that has turned out very nice. Very pleased with it. It is level. It's my camera work. And then up there's going to be a building on that flat bit. But you can just see the texture on it. And that is what we were looking for. And that is what we've got. I've just got to do the inside of the mouth. The underneath side has some brickwork on that will be weathered just in case I run a camera underneath. And then there's a bit up there to do with a single entrance. We may take a wall back there going backwards, and there will be a wall round like that top bit there along the long length. There's going to be some on the side and round down the back edge, and on the other side there, basically round the building there will be some. And this is why all this side is going to be a heritage site, because of things like that. The steam yard here. There's going to be the lift here, going up and down with a car for passengers to go up and down in. So if they want to walk to the station, they can do. So I'll just do a little bit of running session. That won't be in it, but I'm just a little bit of running, so there is some trains. Well, I hope that was interesting. It was very interesting doing it. And it's quite an achievement. It makes you feel good that between us, we've made this happen. And it does give you some real inspiration to do more. And I have done more. And in the next video, you're going to see those white rocks change colour. And it is very magical. And I will do a video on that in the next few days. It's all ready, it just needs to be put together and uploaded. But I'm doing this one because I said I would. And may I just put out a thank you to Stephen from Elvin Home. He did if you've not watched him, he's doing 2 to follow, and not this last video but the video before, he mentioned my layout, and I've said to him, you're very kind how you word your stuff. It's very nicely spoken, and he did a very good job explaining mine, and I'm very grateful to him. So it is a shout out for him. If you've not been to his, you need to go, because he does some marvellous scratch building, and he's sort of made me want to do it. But I just wanted this textured feel as well. And it is very interesting what you can do. So thank you very much for watching. There will be more on this. And there may be a few alterations. But I will explain this as we go along. But please stay safe and enjoy your model railway. And thank you for watching. Anybody new, please do hit the like and subscribe. Anybody else, hit the like if they like it. Tell me if you don't. And leave a comment. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.